Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. Welcome to Pincore Communal, where we have well-known experts and scholars ready to guide you. So today in this video you will learn about Introduction to Python Programming Language. First we'll look into the contents of today's video. First we will know about Python programming language. Then comes the features of Python, followed by how to install Python in your system. Then comes how to set an environmental variable in Python to use it universally, followed by how Python program works in interactive mode. Similarly, how Python program works in script or normal mode. At the last, we will see how to install Anakunda in your system. First, we will know about Python. Python is the world's fastest growing and most popular programming language, not just among software engineers, but also among mathematicians, data analysts, data scientists, accountants, network engineers, and even kids, because it is a very beginner and friendly programming language. So people from different disciplines use Python for a variety of tasks such as data analysis and visualization, artificial intelligence, machine learning and automation. We can also use Python to build web apps, mobile applications and even desktop applications. Also, we can use for software testing and even for ethical hacking. So Python is a multi-purpose language. Now see what is the definition of Python. Python is an object-oriented, interpreted, high-level, general-purpose programming language. It was created by Guido van Rossum and it was first released in 1991. Its language constructs an object-oriented approach aimed to help programmers write clear, logical code even for small and for large-scale products. Now we will see how Python is different from other programming language. We can solve complex problems in less time with fewer lines of code with simple yet powerful syntax. As said before, it is a high-level language, so we don't have to worry about complex tasks such as memory management, and more attention can be paid towards logic of the code. It's a cross-platform, which means that one can build and run Python applications on Windows, Mac and even in Linux. It has a large ecosystem of libraries, frameworks and tools, which means whatever we want to do is already done by someone else and it is available in the form of library packages. Now, after knowing the importance of Python programming language, we will know about the features of this language. Python is a simple programming language that has an extraordinarily simple syntax. For instance, reading a good Python program feels almost like reading English. This pseudocode nature of Python is one of the greatest strengths. It allows to concentrate on the solution to the problem rather than the language itself. Python is freely available and one can download it with zero cost and start working with it. Since it's the open source, we can contribute to it also. That means we can access the copy of the software, we can read its source code and make changes if necessary. And this is one of the reasons why Python is so good. Internally, Python converts the source code into an intermediate form called bytecodes and then translates it into the native language of computer and then runs it. Unlike C and C++, they don't use compilers to debug the code. Instead, it's an interpreter where code is executed line by line sequentially. Python is interactive in nature, that is, for each line of code you write, you can see the response or output immediately. Python language is a platform-independent language, which means that it doesn't depend upon OS. It supports all platforms and one can work easily with zero changes and hence it is portable. Now we will see how to install Python in our system. First, go to Google and in the search bar type download Python. Now you can see the first link, that is www.python.org. Now click on it, which is the official website. Now you can see download Python 3.9.2, which is the latest version. When we click on it, we can see an exe file which starts to download. Here automatically it will show the Python version, and also you can see it is showing that Python for Windows. So you can directly install it. After complete download exe file, you have to double click on it. Here we can see two options, that is install now and custom installation. Here we have to select the customized installation, and next a window appears known as optional features. In this window we have to select all the options and then click on next. The next window that appears is named as advanced option. Here keep it as it is, don't do any changes. But if you want to download this file or install this file in particular location, then you can change the location with the help of browser and select the particular location, and then you have to click on install. It takes some time to install, and after successful installation we have to click on close, and you will get a pop-up window saying that said installation was successful. And after all these steps you have successfully installed Python in your system. Now we will see how we have to set the environmental variable. We have to set the environmental variable to access Python universally. You may get a doubt that is it not possible to work without this step? It's because we will check it. Just go to Python command prompt window and type as Python and then press enter. There you can see that Python is not recognized as internal or external command, operable program or batch file. So without this settings, we cannot access it universally. We can access only in the location where we have installed Python. Now we have to open the location where Python is installed. So when you open the location, you can see your installed version, and when you click on it, you can find a link at the top, that is the location where you have downloaded or installed. So we have to copy that location. After copying, we have to go to My Computer. In My Computer, just right click it, and at the end, the last option is Properties. When you click on Properties, a window like this appears. There, at the left corner, you can find an option called as Advanced System Settings. So within this you can see an advanced tag, and there you can find an option called as environmental variable, and now you have to click on it. Next a window like this appears. In the screen we can observe there is a box with name system variable, and you have to scroll down until you find a variable called path. When you will find that variable, select it and click on edit option. After clicking on edit option, a screen like this appears. At the top right you can find an option called new, and a window appears, and we have to paste that location there and click on OK. Now again we have to go back to Python installation location. Here, instead of selecting the installed Python, we have to select script, and then again we have to select the path that you will find at the top, and next we have to select it. Again we should go to environmental variable screen in system, and then select the same variable path, followed by edit option, and just we have to paste that again and click on OK. And again we have to click OK in the system properties desktop. And again we have to click OK. And now if we go and type Python in the command prompt window, we can say that it is showing the installed version. That is, here the installed version is Python 3.6.4. As it is installed before, it is showing the old version. And now it is possible to access it universally in your system. Now we will write a simple Python program and understand how Python program works in interactive mode, which is also one of the features of Python. Just go to Windows search bar and open the installed Python. Now you are able to see the screen which is called as Python editor. Now we will write a simple print statement, and print is the keyword that is used to print in the console window, and whatever we want to print we have to place it within double quotes. Here I have written hello Python. As soon as you press enter, after execution you can see the output immediately. As said before, Python is interactive and gives output after executing each line of code. So this is called as the interactive mode of Python, where after executing each line of code you will get the output immediately. Now we will see how Python program works in script mode. First, for instance, we will just create a folder on desktop and name it as script mode, since we are working regarding this method. Now in the same screen on the top we can see a menu option named as file. When you click on it, just select the first option, that is new file. Now we will write the same code that was written before, that is print followed by hello Python text within double quotes. Now we have to save this file with the .py extension. While saving, select the same location, that is the folder that we have created on desktop with the name script mode. Select the same folder and save it with .py extension. In this mode we have to save and then run the file. So before that, as we have saved in script mode location, just copy the location of that file and now open the command window. So in the command window, type as cd and then followed by the location. Here cd is nothing but a command called as change the working directory. So type cd, then you can see we have pasted the location, that is on desktop the folder script mode. Now we have to type Python followed by filename.py. For instance, I have saved with the file name firsttest.py. Just you have to mention the file name with which you have saved, and now you can see the output in the command window immediately. Whenever you execute the line that is Python filename.py, you can see the output hello Python in the command window immediately. So this is the working procedure in case of script mode. That is, here we have to create a destination folder, we have to save the file and then we have to run. If we want to run fewer lines of code, we can go with interactive mode. If we want to execute more number of if you want to execute the more number of codes, then more number of lines of codes, then we can go with script mode. Now let us consider few other examples to know how Python programs work in interactive mode and in script mode. First we will consider the interactive mode. Here, unlike other programming languages, you don't have to explicitly mention the data types, whether as int, float or char. It is because based on the input values you give, it automatically consider the data type. Here you can see that I have declared two variables, that is a and b, and for both the variables I have assigned the values as 3 and 4. Here it is not compulsory that you have to write one after the other. Even you can declare the variables in a single line. Here we will see sum of two numbers example. So I have written a comma b is equal to 3 comma 4. That is, a is assigned with value 3 and b is assigned with value 4. As I am performing sum operation, so next I am writing the statement. Here print is the keyword that is used to print the statement, and as said before, whatever I need to print, I just write it within double quotes. That is, sum equals to followed by a comma. Since I want to perform sum of two numbers, I am giving the command as a plus b. So as soon as I execute, you can see the output sum is equal to 7. So in interactive mode, for every code of line, for every code I run, I can see the output immediately. Now we will see how this works in script mode. So you can see in script mode I have selected a new file, and the same program what I have written before, I have just written the same program, and here you can observe at the top, you can see the file name. That is, I have given the file name as sum with .py extension. In front of that you can even see the location where my file is saved. So this is the advantage in script mode. You can see the file name and you have to always save it with the .py extension, and followed by that you can see the location where I have saved it. So after saving, I will run the program and you can see the output also. You can observe the output of interactive mode and also the script mode. Here also you can see the location followed by the file name where I have saved, and the output is same. So this is the difference between interactive mode and script mode. Now let us consider another example of a simple if-else statement program, and as said before, explicitly I don't have to mention the data type. Here I have taken a variable I and I have assigned it a value 20. And when you write in Python, indentation is very important. That is, the program has to be written with proper space. And here the statement I have given is, if I is less than 20, it should print that the value of I is smaller than 50. Else it has to print that is I is greater than 50. And let's run the program now in interactive mode. You can see that it gives the output as I is greater than 15. Since the value of I is 20, 20 is not less than 15. So it comes to else loop, and whatever the statement that I have given within double quotes, and I have it is true, and else it has given the output as I is greater than 15. Here if and else are the keywords that is used, and you can observe that in front of if statement we should always terminate it with a semicolon. Similarly in else also, whatever the statements you use, that is if, else or any of the loop statements, always we have to terminate with a semicolon. And this is how it works in interactive mode. Now let us see how this works in script mode. As said before, I have taken a new file, and since I am comparing the numbers, I have just saved it with a file name com followed by .py extension. You can observe the file name as well as the location where my program is saved. The same program I have written, there is no change. Now we will see the output. So that we have got the same output, just the format is different. That is, it is showing the location followed by the file name, and you can see the output, that is I is greater than 15. These were a few simple examples. Let's know about it more in detail in the upcoming videos. So I hope you have understood this video. We studied about introduction to Python. We got to know what is Python, what are the different features of Python, and how to install Python, and also how to set an environment variable and why we have to set it in order to use it universally. And also we saw how Python program works in interactive mode as well as in script or normal mode. And at the end, we have also seen that how to install Anaconda in your system. If you have any queries, then drop a mail to communal@pincore.in or reach us on 9686963065. To become volunteer member, type the drop down to below location. Thank you for watching and stay tuned till next session.